Monkey and Category 4 hit last night. So we're going to take you around. We're going to show you everything that we see. Right now, there's a lot of cleanup. There's no water and power. It's been off for over 12 hours. But let's go check it out. How to switch. No. There we go. Figuring it out, guys. Sorry. All right. So for starters, a river walk. This is the normal river walk. There's where the river cafe is and so on and so forth. And you're going to see lots of down branches and trees all over the place. Category 4, 140 plus mile an hour winds coming through here last night. It's a mess. Driving here, we saw lots and lots of not only down trees, we saw down traffic signals. People were up and cleaning early. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and people were down. Over here you can see, hold on, broken lamps on the bridge. Yeah, people were up cleaning early. They got their brooms out, they got their machetes out, and they are chopping everything up. No wasting no time for this. It's actually a beautiful morning, considering how bad those winds were hurling last night. It was absolutely crazy. There's a lot of people out, a lot of cars, but there is not any power or water, not even running tap water. So if you didn't bring it yourself, here's the Rio Quale, which pours out into the Pacific Ocean. You can see right there, it's still raging hard and it is very, very brown. Sorry about my gimbal. I haven't figured this thing out. I've had it 6 months, 9 months, 10 months. I still don't know how to use the damn thing. Doesn't matter what I do. I've watched YouTube videos. At this point, honestly, I think it's not my fault. All right, let's take you over here. So we're walking. So be patient when you're watching with us because we're not cutting and editing and going somewhere else and filming something else. We're live. And we're walking around. See, you can see the babies. I need to zoom out. There we go. There's just lots of trash everywhere. And lots of cars. Makes it hard to cross the street with all these cars. Let me show you all the cars. Oh, good, we got a break. Pooperhead Monkey Ben. So as you come off the bridge heading southbound, I don't know the streets in Mexico. Only a few people do in Puerto Vallarta. Most people don't know. There's no street sign, so here is one street blocked off. They've already got it pretty much cleaned up already. Oh, there's a massive tree. That one's definitely blocking the road. Oh, that's a big ass tree. Yeah, can you see the size of the trunk? Huge. All right, going on. They're just pretty much everywhere. I mean, it's all down trees, lines. You see everything's closed, no lights. None of the traffic signals are working. We're gonna walk over to the beach and see what it looks like there. It's my understanding they have to get this place cleaned up pretty quick. Do it, Daddy. This is what I hate about Mexico. Nobody stops. They don't care that you're sitting there waiting. They just keep going and going and going. Doesn't matter if you're driving, walking with dogs. Finally, thank you. I think he let us in because he saw the camera on him. Honestly, I know that sounds bad, but don't get me wrong. More things I love about Mexico than things I don't like about Mexico. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of down trees. These are big trees, so they're old. As we were watching the storm last night, tracking it, let's see, so Sunday, it was a tropical storm. It was no big deal. It was actually headed to Cabo San Lucas. And then they tracking it, the tracker said it was going to make a sharp right turn and head east and go up to Mazatlan. And so sure enough, it did that Sunday night. And then it said it was expected to hit Mazatlan as a category 1 on Tuesday morning, Tuesday evening. And it kept going southeast, 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 southeast. Come on, babies. Until sometime around 3 or 4 o'clock, they said it's headed for Puerto Vallarta. And I'd never been through a hurricane before. I didn't know what to say. See, just crazy down trees everywhere. Branches broke at the top, just sheer from the winds. We're gonna go over the dog park. Not here, it's too much water. Anyway, so sometime around 3, we're getting a heads up that, hey, there's a hurricane. People started leaving their jobs and started going home. And I live in a neighborhood up on a hill. Lots of hills in Puerto Vallarta. That's no strange thing. But the cars filled up the streets. Oh, fuck. There's all these crazy little barking. My dogs are super well educated. For those of you that don't watch my channel, and those little dogs, oh, can be out of control. I wish people train their dogs. It's not hard to teach a dog not to bark and scream at everybody. Okay, anyway, moving on. So they said they were tracking. Let's get this shot in here. Chopping down some more trees. So they were tracking the storm. And in the afternoon, Puerto Vallarta got notified that it was headed this way. So we started preparing for it. I've got lots of drinking water in the house because of the dogs. I usually have a couple weeks supply, and then I just went to Costco recently, so I had my own water, with my own drinking water. I could drink the dogs. It's almost the same thing. And I had food in the refrigerator, but the eye of the storm came through. I have to go back and check my notes, but it was about 6-ish, and it went to a dead cop. So we had steady rains from like 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. No winds, very light winds, not much going on. And the rains were steady, and then the ice storm came, and it was dead calm. It was eerie calm. There was zero wind. There was no rain. There was nothing. It was like just static in the air. It was really, really creepy. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving. I believe this is Emilio Zapata Park. I'm not really sure the name of it, but there's a parking garage below the park. Everybody else knows that it's a dog park, and there's no signs anywhere. And yes, there's down trees everywhere here too. Wow, a lot of damage here. It's crazy just in one day how it happens. Anyway, so after the eye of the storm passed through, it didn't take long. The rain started up again, the winds came, and then the lightning came, and the dogs knew something was gone because they kept looking outside with their ears up, and it was interesting to watch them. Oh, this park, yeah, there's a lot of down trees here. This big tree seemed to make it okay, and the palm trees don't seem hurt. Just a lot of the. Oh, we're right near the water. This place took the brunt of it. This place is usually groomed. I'll try to show you some pictures of what this place usually looks like. There's got people out here working all day, keeping the grass growing. There's not even more grass now. The grass is gone. Signs, lots and lots of signs. Look at that. Those are all from this hotel, I'm guessing. There's a hotel on the side of me. I have no idea. I think it's more of a condominium residence. Looks pretty high end. With branches and signs everywhere. There's lots. So anyway, after the hurricane or the eye of the storm passed through, that hurricane started to come, and it didn't take long. I wasn't sure. I did go out and film live, and I wasn't sure, which is how I got hurt so bad. I wasn't sure how I was gonna, when I was gonna do it, like, because I'd never been through a hurricane before. So I didn't know if there was gonna be a little bit of wind or a lot of wind, or if it was gonna just keep getting stronger or stronger. I had no idea. Until you experience one of these, you don't have an idea. And so I went outside. It started to rain really hard, and I could hear the winds picking up. And we had our windows open. There's only 2 windows in the place I'm staying with bars on the window. So we had those open because it was hot. And then when that wind came, it got cold for the first time in 5 months. The hot summers of Puerto Vallarta got cold, and that water coming out of that storm felt cold to us. Obviously, it wasn't cold to somebody living in the north or Canada or anywhere in the north. But it was cold to us because it'd been over 85 degrees for 4.5, 5 months. So you could see people cleaning everywhere. A lot of people just walking around checking it out. Oh, this is devastating. Here's a mural. Let's see if I get my shadow out of there. A mural that just came crumbling down. Obviously, the wind shook that all to death. More signs everywhere. People just checking it out. I don't know if you could see with that sun coming through there. But there's, oh, these are all solar panels. Those are solar panels, not signs. And they definitely came off this people. People walking their dogs. All right, babies, Ben, stay with daddy. All right. Whoa, all right. So cleaning up the front of the residential place quickly. This place looks like it got hit pretty hard. Burroughs Bar and Restaurant. Never eaten here. A lot of it's tourist trap, that's why. Wow, look at all the palm trees here, though. They're all broken. They're all broken. That one's snapped off. These are snapped off at the base. Holy cow. I guess they had a lot of damage. I mean, the tree had a lot of damage previously in order to snap like that. Palm trees are usually pretty good about surviving these stones. A couple of coconuts. Good morning. Um, I'm anxious to go see the beach right now. Because how high the river was, I haven't shown you live, but I filmed the river. So we live near the Rio Quale, which is one of the three major rivers in Puerto Vallarta, and it's constantly running. Even in the dry season, there's water, you go swimming in it, it's really clear, and the water is brown. That's the first thing I noticed. There's the Pacific Ocean, and we're right smack in the down on the beach of Romantic Zone, also known as Old Town. Holy cow, yeah, see that. Those are metal poles, the trash poles that are in there. All the huts are down. But this water, let's go back to this water. It is brown. This is normally blue, super light blue, almost gin clear, and this is brown, brown, brown. There's one of the restaurants here. They're cleaning up and picking up. It doesn't look like they got too bad of damage. The roof's pretty much good over there. I don't see too much going on. The dogs are in smelling heaven right now. Let's walk across the sand because I'm wearing shoes and I know the sand's really hard right now. So this is good. Yeah, there's lots of, all the thatched huts are gone. And Pooperhead decides to take a poo right now. So I gotta deal with that while I'm trying to go live. Hey, be nice, poopers. We're visiting. Hey, be nice. Hey! Come here. Just being dogs. Todo bien. Okay, so I'm gonna try to throw the poo in the trash. By the way, so our dogs are service dogs and they're not on leashes. They're never on leashes. They're only on leashes when they're working. So just a note, if you guys got dogs and you're taking your dog to the dog park, a dog park is one of the most dangerous places you go to take a dog. Dogs don't really like to meet each other. Everybody's like, oh, how cute your dog is, and introduce dogs to other dogs. It's not a good idea, dog owners. I just want to give you that really quick. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit here and show you exactly what, it's so calm right now. If it wasn't for all the stuff on the beach and the really brown water coming in from the three major rivers. See, I'm trying to get the sun. I just can't seem to get the sun here. You go up I go up a little higher, you're gonna get it. Nope, it's brown. We're gonna walk down the beach over here a little bit. Wow, look at this though. Everything is just, these are all the palapas for just, sitting down and eating or sitting down and getting some shade. Lots of people walking around. They have been very early. Lots of people on the boardwalk on the Malecon. Oh, on the bottom of the hotel, all the rooms were boarded up on the bottom level. So that must have been from the tide surge. I don't know how high it got here. It doesn't look all that bad. It got high enough here because it wiped out all the palapas. Here, there looks like there's one left. Oh, this was the turtle area. Okay, so these little uh, white stubby things, there's where the signs go for the turtle area. This is a turtle breeding ground, and they guard it off with the ropes and the lights. And look, there's one palapa still standing. Not too many. Oh, big section of the beach missing right here. This is part of the runoff, obviously. We're not going back up that way. Holy cow. It wasn't like this yesterday. Pooperhead, no. She wants to go fishing. That's her thing. Come on, Poop. Pooperhead thinks she sees water, even if it's a puddle on the street. She wants to go see the fish. Ever since we were in La Paz, in Balandro, it's been a nonstop thing. Anyway, okay, so back to, there's a something big in the water over here. It almost looked like a boat. So I want to go walk over and check it out. As you can see in general, it's just trash and stuff everywhere. Mostly branches. There's a little bit of man-made material, but most of it is all natural. Trees, branches, leaves, fronds, lots of that stuff. Boy, there's a lot of people out this morning. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning yet. At least I don't think. Oh, I still can't believe how brown that water is. I'm trying to get you a shot when we get close to the sun. Pooperhead monkey, stay with daddy. Monkey, stay. Pooperhead, stay with daddy. All right. Now I think we can get you some brown water. Monkey Ben. Monkey. All right, so now we got some brown water. Finally, the sun's shining on it. I can show you how brown it is, because it's brown. It's like mud, and that's the ocean. That's pretty crazy. It's the same color as the river. We've lived in right near the Rio Quale, which is one of the three major rivers in Puerto Vallarta, and I was saying it's swimmable all year. You can go swim in the dry season in March and April. There's plenty. Saying hi. Anyway, it's swimmable all year, and when the raising season hits, obviously the river turns brown. It does rain every day. I think I can count on one hand how many days it did not rain during the rainy season. Started in the end of June, and it's still going, obviously. But the river turns really brown, and then by the time it hits the water, hits the ocean, it's not bad. But my other point is, there's a lot more water in it because of the river, obviously. And here's the real quality. We're on the bridge over the top. There's the island. Restaurants, you can see how brown that water is. But my point is that the level of the water is super, super high. It's never that high all year long. Don't matter how big or how much rain we get, it's just not that high. And this morning, that's what blew me away. There's trees in the water. Look at that. Big trees in the water. Oh, a little. With the skyline in the background. That water is brown. Brown, brown, brown. Kind of crazy how brown it is. I mean, I've been coming here for years, and like I said, first time going through a hurricane. I've never seen a hurricane before. I've experienced anywhere, on land, on the ocean. Gratefully, not in a boat. That is one thing I was talking about when I went live last night when the hurricane hit. I was saying I used to be an avid sailor, and that was one thing I am grateful that I have never experienced, being on a boat during when that thing came. Because when it upgraded from the tropical storm to Category 4 hurricane, I got scared. I'm like, holy shit, now I know the winds are, 150 miles an hour. I don't know what that feels like. When the wind gets gusty here during the storms, it's crazy. So I went outside, and I'll show you before I cut this. By the way, I'm here as long as I got battery, okay? So because there's no power, I charged everything before the hurricane hit. And then, of course, I use my phone for all kinds of things. Pooperhead Ben, stay with daddy. What was I saying? I was charging. Oh, yeah. So I charged everything before the hurricane hit. And then as soon as it got here, about the time the eye of the storm arrived, is when we lost power. We didn't lose water. I went to sleep around midnight, 1 o'clock last night after my fall. And we still had running water in the sinks. It was when I woke up this morning, couldn't flush the toilets, couldn't wash my hands. But like I said, I have plenty of water for that kind of stuff. So I keep losing my line. My track of thought. I really apologize. This is only, I think, my third or fourth time going live. And I am not a reporter. Wow. Okay, this is a better shot. Hey, we got a drone. I do have my drone in the car, so. Pooperhead Monkey, no. Ben. Come here. Pooperhead Ben. Ben. Come here. They love to chase drones. I mean, they really like the drones. And there it is. See, she's following it. She wants to play. Anyway, that's a big, nice drone. I'm going to fly my drone when we stop going live. That was what I was saying. When my battery goes out, and I'm going to switch over here really quick. While I got the sun, you can see how beat up I got last night. Took a bad fall. The water was rushing down the hills. They're chasing that drone. Pooperhead Monkey Ben! So anyway, the water was rushing down the hill. Where I live, it's all hills like this, and then you get a flat street and then hills. Then it was coming down, I don't know, 2-3 feet high, ready to wash some cars down with them while all the people were parked on the flat spot. And I am, baby, and this is just part of it. It's all up and down my leg and my shoulder, and it took me out. And what was I doing? I was holding this gimbal, trying to save my phone instead of putting my hands down, so it went whap. Anyway, let's get back to the view of Puerto Vallarta. So here we go. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the skyline so you can see. Oh, can't get the birds. So you can see just how brown the water is. It goes all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Brown water. There's like one little tiny patch of blue somewhere out there where there's no currents, but as far as I can see in Bahia de Banderas or Banderas Bay, it's brown. And that's the first time I've ever seen it like this. So, this guy's flying his drone. I want to get it. Yeah, that's cool. Pooperhead Monkey Ben! Perdón, quieren el drone. So, hey, you guys stop. It's really hard to work if you're traveling with dogs. I'm telling you. They stop to take a poop, or they got to go say hi to another doggy, or go chase a drone. And I'm trying to keep a train of thought about what I want to say. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Something that I hadn't seen a hurricane, hadn't visited, hadn't been through, experienced a hurricane before. And that's so true. And this place, hey, come here! Oh, see, they're barking now because it's right there. Oh, yeah, he is. So now you can see what they look like. There's the drone right there, and the dogs are totally going after it. It's kind of fun. Oh, yeah, this is great. He's totally teasing him with a drone. We got to go watch. Good girls, Bumpers. Good girls. Yeah, they're usually barking like crazy. It's taken me years. No, it's the drone.
Oh, that's very cool.
All right, babies, come on. Okay. So I think the drone's gone for a minute. Let's go walk down a little bit farther south. I want to go over to, oh, that's what I was telling you. I remember now. So yeah, I charged everything up before the storm hit, but there's no power, so I have no way to charge. Pooperhead Monkey Ben! Hey, come here. Come here. Good girl. Stay with daddy. So Sorry if I yelled in your ear. They do have different levels of voice commands. There's a voice command that's soft, there's a medium level, loud level, and a loud yelling. And I only use the loud one when the other owners don't feel comfortable. I have complete control over my voice dogs. I have complete voice control over my dogs. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why they're not on a leash. Super well trained. Amazing. They're on a leash when they're working, by the way, in hospitals. And they do amazing work, and I look forward because we're going to start a channel really soon with that to show you all the different things they do to save lives. It's remarkable. Anyway, okay, so charging. I'm going to keep this live until this thing dies. It was at like, I don't know, 65% give or take when I started the live, but when this stops, then I'm going to go shoot the drone pics, and it's going to take them a while to clean this up. This ain't happening in the morning. So we're walking back down the bridge. Whoa. That's the part of the gimbal I don't understand. So anyway, we were walking back down the bridge. We got a little bit of shade. It's getting hot fast without those clouds in the sky. We've got clouds all pretty much most of the summer because of the rain. Monkey stay with daddy, Pooperhead stay with daddy. And I think my gimbal's starting to wear out. I might have to take it off the gimbal. It's starting to shake for no reasons. You know, I am a little surprised though that they started leaving my house, all the cars on my street. The workers started leaving around 7:30ish. I got out of the house by 8:30 within an hour. Couldn't shower, you know, I could barely brush my teeth, no water. And so everything was cleaning up quickly. People get out there with the brooms and rakes, you know, there's no blowers. This is Mexico. There's no blowers or anything like that. Everything's done by hand here, including building the houses. All right, let me see if I can get this gimbal starting to freak out on me. I want to see if I get it back to normal. There we go. That's better. All right. So, anyway, they do everything by hand. Everything. Nothing is done with power tools here. I don't even think the women have curling irons. Oh, I've seen a flat ironer occasionally, but most of the time, no. We're going to walk over to the pier, which is Los Muertos Pier. Oh, by the way, last night when I was filming the hurricane, I was the only fool outside. I mean, all my Mexican friends told me if the hurricane hits, before it gets there, if it hits, stay inside. Don't go outside. Make sure you got food, water, and stay inside. And I had to film it. I was like, God. So I only lasted a half hour, and I had to go inside because the rain felt so cold. It just felt cold. I know it wasn't, but it felt cold. And the wind got so intense, I couldn't keep the camera dry. Everything I was doing, I carried around a couple of towels, paper towels, regular towels. I was doing everything I could to keep the lenses off, but it was too dark. There was no power, so everything was black. The only thing we saw were flashlights. Let me get you a better view here. Yeah, the only thing we saw were flashlights, light from flashlights. There wasn't even a moon because it was by the clouds in the storm. But the sheets of rain, even though it was black, and I don't know if you could see it on camera last night, but I think you could. Because I was filming in 4K 60 feet per second. So I think, like if I go back or you go back and watch the video it's posted now. It's only 30 minutes long. But I think you can see the sheets coming in, even though in the pitch black. Obviously, when I kept the lens clean, which is really tough. So anyway, it just got to the point where it just got so windy. Then I went inside. I wasn't outside long, I think maybe 10, 12 minutes. And then I go inside the house, and there's these two little windows at my front door. They're like window doors. They're small. Oh, 12 inches by 20, 24 inches. And you could open up and put the camera outside and trying to keep filming live that way. And it just got so strong, I couldn't do it. And there's a big building across the street in front of me, a big house. And that one, there's a lot more. Oh, these are the same palm trees I showed you earlier. That's right. We're just walking back over it. But the wind was just so strong, I couldn't do it. And my house was getting flooded, just holy, it's all tile floors. And so it was completely flooded just from that little tiny window being open. So I shut it down. And the last thing I said was, hey, if the storm gets any worse than this, I'll turn it back on and go back out there. But I was just cold and uncomfortable, and you couldn't see anything. I think that was the biggest thing. Had there been enough light to see what was going on, I probably would have stuck through it. But the fact that my screen was black the whole time, Nah, I didn't see a point. So anyway, I'm curious to go back and watch it. Oh, look, here's some pretty scenes right here. Let's go up here and check this out. So this is the park, the dog park. I think it's Emilio Zapata Dog Park, Lázaro Cárdenas. That's what it is. I could see a sign on the building across the street. And this is just really dirty. Obviously, this place is, wow, look at that, man. Those are roll-up doors. Wow, roll-up doors. Ho, ho, ho. Okay. I thought the roll-up doors were the ones that were supposed to survive that stuff. No, apparently not. So this is down, I don't know what street this is, but it's down the first street. So the beach is to the right of the camera view. And there's lots of here broken roof tiles. See the broken roof tiles laying all over the place. This is an Italian restaurant here. And the damage here isn't so bad. This is the Blue Shrimp, and right next door to it's the kind of the main beach next to the park where everybody walks down to. The Malecon, nice here. It's not really long, but it's long enough. We won't have enough battery to walk the whole thing. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna take as long as I can. And wow, all this is still standing. Look at that. All the trees we've seen come down. Well, I guess it's just sticks, no resistance. And obviously they put the chairs away and brought those out afterwards. All right, let's go walk down the Malecon. Poor dogs don't have any water. Stay with Daddy Monkey. Stay with Daddy Poopers. Good girls. Good doggers. Looks like most of these hotels, they're not hurt at all. I don't see any damage. Um, with the exception of the brown water and all the tree damage, I mean, I'm kind of surprised how nice it is outside. It's it's really nice. I don't think I'd get in that water. It's got to be really polluted from all those rivers running off into it. But there's people swimming. Obviously, the kids are always swimming, right? Here's one of the cafes with all the lights that normally have all these beautiful lights hanging up over here. The lights seem to make it, but obviously big, huge trees in the middle. That's everywhere we go. Big, giant, dead trees. If you guys never done this before, held a camera on a gimbal for a long period of time, it gets really heavy. I mean, when you put it together, it doesn't feel like much, but look at all the people here having breakfast. Look at this. Look at this hotel. This hotel is like nothing ever happened. Everybody's eating. I wonder where they got power because none of the lights are on. Everything's off back there. We're cooking some, well, you got gas. You can cook with gas. I made the dogs breakfast this morning. I didn't eat, but the dogs ate. Oh, here's a swimming pool that's right on the beach. Yeah, there's no water in it. Half full. Whoa, less than half full. Yeah, that's totally empty. Workers are doing their thing, putting boards up, taking them down. Julio. All right, babies, come on, bed. Everybody's trying to figure out, these guys are taking the tape off the windows here. Tape off the window. She's mopping up. That's a lot of water. Oh, this is a therapy. Oh, it's a massage place. Wow. Lots of massage places in Puerto Vallarta. Lots. And that's probably because the average wage for a Mexican is 2,000 pesos, or roughly $125 for a 6-day work week, working 8 to 12 hours. So that's what they make in 6 days, which is why, for those of you that live in any agriculture areas in the United States, they're back making work and making 150 bucks a day and sending it all back to the family. Here's some more trees that are just damaged. This place seemed to make it out. Obviously, all the tables and chairs were inside last night, but all the palapas, all the little huts made it. This one, they must be really deep. There are people eating here too, but there's no lights. So Where are they getting their coffee? All the coffee places I know are electrical. Now you got your coffee maker. I've been in Mexico so long I forgot how to speak English. But yeah, everybody's eating. I see coffee in cups and bottled water. Okay, there you go. And beer. All right, we're drinking beer first thing in the morning. Way to go. That's cool. All right, those are my old days. I don't drink anymore. So here's the pier. So Los Muertos Pier. Usually there's, oh, out here you can see all the markers, I think. Let me zoom in a little bit. Usually this is just packed full of boats. I mean, there's tons of them. You can see all the, oh, what are they called? The tie downs are called. Sailors help me out. Boaters help me out. I'm losing all my English. I only speak Spanish now. Anyway, there it is. Let's see, Pooperhead's. She wants to go swimming on the beach. See, she's all ready to go. We got the fire crews out here, rescue, just checking everything out, looking for it. There's nobody swimming right now. There was, oh, here we go. There's some people down there swimming. Let me zoom in on that. Water's too dirty right now. Not a good place to be. There's a pier, obviously undamaged. And you can see there was no way that thing was coming down. That thing was really well built. And there go my dogs. All right, let's go find out where the dogs are going. I know where they're going. They're going swimming. Oh, they're going to the rocks. They want to hunt. They're big time hunters. They want to go see the squirrels. So let's check out the mountain range while they're hunting. So zoom in. Yeah, Pooperhead's already swimming. I got no way to wash them off. Usually I rinse them. They go swimming. I take them home and rinse them. I got a hose, but nope, there's no water pressure. All right. So here's farther south from where I shot last time. Here's Puerto Vallarta to the south. And the mountain range, which is really green. But the water's, it's not as brown as it was. It looks better. It's actually, the brown's kind of going away, dissolving. Well, I don't know what happened to it. If you look out in the horizon, you could still see how brown it is to where it gets so deep. Let me see if I can get that picture. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's kind of a line there. The difference between the brown river water and the blue. The wind's starting to pick up, which feels good because it's really hot and sticky right now. And the babies. So how's my battery doing? All right, we're getting there. All right, well, let's go in. Let's go into the businesses. I showed you the beach. All the people walking around. It's crazy how many people there are. I hope you can still hear me. I have no way to check to see if my microphone's still working. Yeah, they're pretty much cleaned up. See here, all the bushes are all on a pile. The sidewalks are already clean. This is all in an hour and a half. Everything's clean. Wow, a lot of people sitting around texting. You know what they're doing. They're all texting because everybody's going, hey, you're in Puerto Vallarta. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I'll tell you what, I would have not have been. I was probably, as the crow flies, the place I'm staying at as the crow flies is probably less than a mile. So it's about a 10-minute drive because it's just windy cobblestone streets to get to the beach. But I mean, God, I would not want to be on the beach for that thing last night because I was completely protected by tall houses and tall apartment buildings, all block. It's all block here. And those winds coming through between the cracks and crevices were insane. I told you, peeking out that little window, couldn't handle it anymore. It was just too much. Being out here in the open, there's no way you could stand. You'd be blown off. No, just no way. Okay, so this is the first street I was talking about. Again, I have no idea what it's called because there's no street sign on any streets in Mexico. Well, once in a while you'll find one, but in general, no. Let's go see. Let's go find out if they have power in this restaurant. Let's go ask her. Buenos días. Ay, perdón. Con permiso, ¿tienes luz? No, nunca tienes luz, ¿ah? Porque muchos de los restaurantes están abiertos. Sí.
No, we're trying to open without energy.
Just with gas?
With gas and eggs and bacon, whatever.
Yeah, anything, huh? Anything except coffee?
We're going to have coffee in a few minutes. We're going to do it the old-fashioned.
All right, I like hearing that.
To do that.
Cool. Thank you.
So if you want to be patient.
I will come back. Okay, so half of that was in English and half was in Spanish. So what he said was that no, they don't have power. They're using propane to cook. That's what they call gas in Mexico. They don't have natural gas. They only have bottled propane everywhere. There is no natural gas in Mexico. Look at these restaurants are full. So they're making the coffee by boiling the water and using a strainer. They can boil with the gas, right? And they can make you bacon and eggs and things, warm things like that. But if you want ice or a cold drink or like a glass of ice juice, orange juice with ice, I can't believe how bad my English is getting, seriously. Okay, so here's some construction that didn't get damaged. They're cleaning up some palm trees down there, obviously from that tree back there, but it's not too bad. You know what? What's really happening though is they're cleaning it up so fast that you're not seeing it anymore. So if you started watching when I began, you could see all the damage, but it's almost gone already. I mean, obviously the power lines are going to take days. I am really curious how long it's going to take to get power and water back. I mean, I can make it a day or two. I probably got enough drinking water for at least 4 days for me and the dogs. But, oh, I mean, we've had power outages here in the summertime that last 4 or 5 days. No internet, no nothing, right? Can't charge your phone. The only time I get to charge my phone is when I go for a ride in my car. I've got a battery pack, but I can start my car, I don't know, 50, 60 times on the battery pack. I can charge my drone, I can charge my microphones, I can charge my gimbal. But if I charge my phone uses up, iPhone 12 Pro Max if you're curious, the phone uses up the whole battery pack in one charge. So back down there towards the beach again, you can see they've already got all the rubble piled up. Trash bags, it's already taken care of. Over here, the street was closed. Oh, you can see the roof. All right, let's go show you this. The roof's off here. That's the government building. This tree they pulled out of the street. There, let's go. Here's the tree that they pulled out of the street, and there's the roof. There's the roof that's just laying down on the sidewalk. And the transformer that's missing. Oh, transformer's laying on the, let's go check that out. Transformer's laying on the ground. Not a good place for it. Pooperhead Monkey, stay with Daddy. I'm sure that power is completely disconnected. But definitely the transformer laying on the ground. And yeah, you can see all the burnt markings around the outside of it. Here's the roof, by the way. I'm sure that had everything to do. And there's a transformer stand, and they're all sideways. And whoa, okay, gimbal, work with me. Monkey Ben. So that's a transformer. Monkey Ben. Of course, she runs on the other side of it, right next to it. Yeah. Well, I said Ben. I didn't tell her well, but there's no power there. That thing's heavy. It's really lucky it didn't land on a car. It's right next to this car, and it didn't land on it. But see all the burn markings on the outside? That's where it shorted out. Wow, there's a lot of people out. I guess everybody came to check it out. There's our little buddy tree. And let's go walk up. This is a pretty main street with restaurants here. Some of the most famous restaurants are here. I'm really curious to see. Won't be any ice drinks. Buenas tardes. Días. Yeah, none of these little shops are open. These are all the trick tracks. Let's walk on the other side where the people are at. No, this is all closed. This is usually packed in here. Wow, see all the everything shut down. By the way, it's Cafe de Olla. It's pet friendly. The dogs can come in. It's open for breakfast and lunch. Not today, obviously, but wow, the food, the portions are huge. I don't eat a lot of food. I'm a little guy. Portions are huge. So if you're a big eater, that's a place to go. If not, you got lots of leftovers. And it's so reasonable. It's half a block from the beach, and it's super reasonable. Like, I'm really surprised how inexpensive the prices are for its location. Usually in all these towns, I don't care if you're in Cabo San Lucas. Well, Cabo San Lucas isn't a good idea. It's expensive everywhere. But if you're in, wow, look at this tree. If you're in Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, All right, this tree's huge. Any of these beach communities, the closer you are to the beach, the more expensive the food's going to be. That's pretty understandable. But as you get to know Mexico, you just don't realize how expensive it is. So if a meal costs you $25, remember that's about a 3 or 4 days pay for a Mexican. So while we're on the subject, if you're visiting Mexico and you're going to one of the many wonderful beaches, I love Mexico, by the way. I love the people here. It's such a beautiful world. Uh, when you're visiting down here, keep in mind, they don't make any money compared to what you're used to in the United States and Canada. I can't say for the other parts of the world, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason most people visit here is because of the cheap cost. All right, so this is a really famous margarita place right here. I forgot what it's called. There's still some trash on this street. Trash. It's not trash. It's pieces of tree. That place. They're still cleaning this one up. Oh, they got trees on the roof back there. It's kind of hard to see with the trees that are supposed to be there and the trees that aren't. There's one laying down with that guy in the blue shirt. There's a tree laying down. But let's go back to the walk in front of all the restaurants. Just see how many people are out here. It's blowing me away. Seriously. Starbucks is closed. This restaurant is always open. It's called La Dulce Vita. I don't know if it's any good. I've never eaten here. I look at the prices, and if for the most part, if a Mexican can afford it, and I don't know. Yeah, Starbucks is, wow. How often do you see a Starbucks like that? There are chairs and tables inside. You can't see with the reflection. Chairs and tables. Crazy. Not today. Just people galore. Right? No matter where we walk so far, there's been people. There's a pharmacy that's open, but they have no power. So if they don't have power, it's going to be hard to get change for cash or something like that. But there wasn't a lot of notice. I was talking about it earlier. We didn't know till like around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon that it was actually coming to Puerto Vallarta. The hurricane I'm talking about was actually coming to Puerto Vallarta and not Mazatlan. So the fact that that's been 18 hours or so, give or take. I thought there'd be way more. Um, Okay, Hotel Poseidon Roger. There's a lot of people waiting at the bakery. The bakery's running, so they must have leftovers from yesterday. So they're serving some kind of food here. Everybody's hungry. Oh, they got coffee. See, they're smart. Let's see if I can show you. They got coffee. And there is a line for the coffee. There's a line for the coffee. Yeah, but they got pastries. Definitely black. Dark. No light. More pastries and pies and cakes, and that all looks so good because I'm so hungry right now. I didn't want to open my freezer. I have plenty of food in the freezer. I didn't want to open it, like frozen chicken and frozen stuff I prepared in the past. I didn't have any of it. I left it all in the freezer because I know you open that door, you let all the cold out. It might not be any good. I did go to Costco last week and bought enough stuff to get me through the week, but I don't want to use it up. One of my favorite coffee shops is here. Of course, I don't know what it's called. You just don't read signs here. Oh, here it is. B of Bros. That's one of my favorites. It's right next door to one of my favorite restaurants for breakfast. It's called Azul Bistro. Oh, this place is phenomenal. Super reasonable too, but really, really good stuff. There's a lot of water dripping on me. I don't know where it's coming from, but it is. Most of these power lines, that's pretty normal. You can see pieces of stuff still laying on the ground. Oh, we gotta wait for the dogs. They've been following Daddy around all morning. By the way, when the storm was here last night, when I was outside getting hurt, I did not take them outside with me. They stayed in the house. I would have never seen them again. Come on, baby. And, oh, I just remembered. I can't fly the drone without my phone. I need to save it now for the phone. Okay, Let's do a couple more blocks. It's getting hot anyway. That sun's coming out fast, and whatever breeze we had on the ocean went away. Oh, another big giant tree blocking that road. Let's see if I can zoom in for you. Yeah, that one we're gonna take a little longer. Probably nobody's walking down there. Got to go back to the car and get the doggy some water anyway. All right. So, Category 4 hurricane. The last time there was a massive hurricane here, it wiped out the bridge that we started this video on. Completely wiped out. Boy, this gimbal is just, it doesn't do what you tell it. Or if it does, then I don't know what to tell it because it never seems to work for me. I'm telling you, I've watched a lot of videos on it. I just can't seem to get it to work. I kind of hope something's wrong with this one. Okay, they've already cut up this tree that was blocking the middle of the road. And that's definitely in little pieces. I'm not too curious about the park. We're going to start walking back towards the car because I need enough battery to fly the drone. I definitely want to get the drone up in the air before my phone battery dies. I didn't think about that before. See, this is why you need other people. I am running traveling with dogs all by myself. Now, I get tons of support and love from Pooperhead and Monkey. But, man, I'm telling you, at times it could be overwhelming. You're trying to, I'll use this morning, for example. I'm trying to figure out how to make a video go live on YouTube, and then the squirrel shows up and the dogs go after the squirrel, which is they're allowed to do. They've got so many things they're not allowed to do. I have to give them their hunting skills. Anyway, so they're out barking at this, and I'm just trying to deal with that. And then I drop the gimbal as I'm putting the phone on it. It's like if I just had one more hand, like 3 hands or 3 arms instead of 2, it would be so much better. All right, so this part, oh, okay, here we go. Here's some damage. That's obviously a large awning sitting there. This all came off. I'm guessing it's that club over there. It looks like, because that's off the higher roof, not the lower one. Wow. And there's nobody here yet to pick it up. All those drains. Can you see those drains? Let's see if I can show you. These white, big PVC drains. They look like they're about 6 inches. They drain directly down on the cars, not the street, the cars. And if you got something like that pouring on the same spot of your car for a long period of time, like maybe overnight, I'm going to guess you're not going to have any paint there in the morning. But that's real common for those drain systems, are real common for Puerto Vallarta because it is a rainy town. Buenos dias. Okay. So we're going back to the bridge that takes you from Zona Romantica or Old Town to downtown. And the Rio Quale is what separates those two parts of Puerto Vallarta. And there is an island there. It's a cute little island, lots of shops. Restaurants go in and out of business there. I'm not actually sure what's open there now. But we're going to go find out when they open back up. Not right now, because nothing's open. So, oh, that's what I was talking about. So I don't know how long it's going to take to get power on. I mean, seriously, how long is it going to take? Okay, I'm looking for my car. I'm not too sure where I parked. How long is it going to take to get power back on? Is it going to be a day, 2 days, a week? I mean, we just saw one of the transformers sitting on the ground like that. I mean, now they're going to put that up quickly because that's in the tourist zone. That's where all the tourist hotels are. All those restaurants are serving people already without power. So they'll get that up fixed. I'll bet you that's done by today. But if you're not living in the tourist zone, it's going to be a while. And the water, I'm really surprised about the water. I don't know anything about that. Why it shut off. Because it was going when I came in the house around midnight. Tried to get some sleep, but it was just, it wasn't comfortable. And I was in a lot of pain. Okay. Looks like most of the structures, with except I like so most of the structures, except for you know, a lot of the roofs. You know, we've seen some monkey band. Most of the structures, except the roofs. I'll show you what I was calling. Um, you know, stood up pretty well. We saw the little palapas on the beach. Things like that came up. Obviously, we saw the solar panels. Tons and tons of trees. I think my biggest surprise, especially over by where I live, by the Rio Quale, there is some really big trees. Things I'm going to guess are hundreds of years old. They're not little trees, they're big ones. And so it's been a long, long time since Puerto Vallarta had a storm that big because obviously the trees that have been here forever are no longer standing. But this is, I don't know. I don't know what street it is. This is I'm going to take you over here for a second. This is okay. So this is a real famous brewery. See, it says Cerveceria Artesanal. I don't want to walk down there. It takes too long. That's it. It's also called Los Muertos Brewing Company. Or half a block down that direction where the camera's moving. On the other side of that white Volkswagen Bug is my favorite vet called Pet Home. There's a video on it. Please watch it. Pooperhead had a tumor and had it removed. Anyway, let's zoom back out. And from the brewery, okay, Los Muertos Brewery, right here is a taco stand. We're going to walk to that. This one is easily the best taco stand in Puerto Vallarta. There's taco stands everywhere. There's a real famous one. I'm not going to say the name. That's on that street. We just walked down where all the restaurants are. There's a line for it. I've lived in Mexico for almost 7 years. I don't wait in line for tacos. Tacos are everywhere. It's like living in the desert and waiting in line for sand. It's not going to happen. So this is Taqueria El Moreno. By the way, the brewery I just showed you has a sister brewery right down that street, half a block that way, which is closed and boarded up. That way, you know that the taqueria is between. It's on the corner. Here's the corner, gentlemen. Down the corner as that wall. I can't tell you it's a yellow wall because it'll be changed a different color next week. But Taco Marino is by far the best one. So let me get to a place where I can maybe not. All right, come here, babies. So, okay, so I'm gonna say goodbye with the dogs. So, here we are, babies. Come here. Pooperhead Monkey, here's Monkey. You got to see always Pooper's pooping. Come here, Poop. Okay, we're in people's way. Let's go over here. Man. Come here. There's Pooperhead. Say hi, Pooperhead. All right, good. Monkeys. There's the monkeys right here. You see monkeys? Okay. So anyway, don't I look good? So I'm grateful it's just superficial. Anyway, thanks for joining us live from Puerto Vallarta. Only our fourth live video. I hope I kept you entertained enough to watch it, even though I'm stumbling over my words. Hey, being a reporter, this stuff's kind of hard. Seriously, it's hard to think of what to say all the time. Anyway, we really appreciate you. Have a great day.